All right, you guys, here it is. I solved for the past and future box. I found it. I know I did. And the box was gone. I've got a picture of where the solve was. John Collins Black can confirm that is where it was supposed to be. And the truly ironic 1 in a trillion, I mean, I can't imagine what the chances are of this. The only other time I've been to this place and been under it was the time that he was there. And I only remember that now because when I saw the way that it was decorated to show me the thing that I was looking for that was missing, I knew it was missing because I found it the last time for a friend of mine who was too intoxicated to climb over the rocks and look over anywhere and like look any further. He had already given up, and he had just mentioned that it was suspect that somebody had been down in there who was him. He knew a lot about this guy. I guess John had told him about him or something. I don't know. I wasn't there. I had just come by for a minute after a family picnic at Price Park that time and bumped into a friend of ours. He wasn't even really my friend. He's a friend of the friend that was with me. And they had their conversation standing there while John was like busy getting ready to go do something. He had to go do something, and he went down the trail under the thing and disappeared for a little while. And when he came back, he was leaving. He was only there for a few minutes when I was there, but I wasn't paying him any attention because he ain't my friend, and that ain't why I was there. He had already left though when we went down under it. And in retrospect now, again, I was disregarding him because he's a jerk a little bit when he's drunk, but in retrospect, he was acting kind of sneaky about everything. And when we left, he seemed like he was scared or something when he was carrying the box out to the car. But I am the one who found it the first time, and he just disappeared. He was supposed to get it unlocked. We couldn't figure out how to open it, and so he said that his dad had the tools to open it, and I was like, it's probably just rocks or something at the time. This is years ago. This is a long time ago. I can't even remember when it was, but I do remember what my friend's friend was driving. I do remember what his name is. I do remember seeing John that day now, and none of that dawned on me until I was standing at the solve looking at the paint on the wall and seeing the thing missing. And I knew the whole time I've been doing this, the thing that's been compelling me to try to solve this more than anything was the fact that I just knew I'd seen it before and maybe even laid my hands on it. I'd felt it. I'd felt the weight. I know that the side of it feels like rock on the side, and then the top feels like real smooth, just like John talks about in the booth. But when I say real smooth, the top almost felt like slate, or like it felt like stone and not steel. You know what I mean? It felt like concrete or even thick, heavy plastic or something, but it did not feel like steel. Anyway, it was very heavy, though. It was like 35 pounds heavy or something like that. But I'm going to include the thumbnail if I can. I've never made a YouTube video. This is the first one. But I need your help to let John Collins know I need his help. Even if I only get my half of it, because the first time that I found it, before I did all these puzzles years later or however much later, that thing was missing though from that post the day that you put it out there, John. And you know, I didn't know what was going on or anything around it, except for I was supposed to get half of whatever was in there because I had found it for my friend. And now I know why he was acting that way. Because he knew who you were and how much money you had, and he was suspicious of what you were doing, and that's why he was acting suspicious. And that's why he was acting kind of weird when he was trying to leave with the thing. But I found him the thing because that's what he was looking for. And we just happened to be walking up under it because I'd never seen under it, and that's what I wanted to do, was check it out. This is way before you ever started talking about your book or was out. This is years ago. I can't remember if I was there with my beautiful girlfriend at the time or if I was there with my buddy Matt, but I'm going to get down to the bottom of that too. But I do remember you were there, and I do know you would remember that they were there. And I also know that you would know that when you see this painting that you did that night, that you would know you did it and that I had solved this. And so those things in line and us knowing that, I ask you, please, dear God, please let Mr. Black or Comers, whatever you want to call him, because believe this, I did the research. I've been all over it. I love your analogies. Your work was a masterpiece. I'm so proud of your whole crew. I don't even know who they are, but I'm telling you, your work was truly something to behold. I was very impressed, and I'm very critical, and it was just awesome. But now I'm begging the Lord to please see clear, to help John navigate this with me and help me at least see my share of the treasure that I have found twice. Even if the first time I found it, it was for someone who did not deserve any of it and has since run off with all of it and hidden away with the greed that he talks about in the book, missteering and costing people so much. Please don't let this be the largest loss in my life when it was about to change the entire outlook for the future for my children and my family, and it was the biggest win I've ever had, and I just don't know what to do, and I really need your help, and I have faith that you'll help me, John. You're going to help me. I just know it. I just know it. You guys share it with John. Help Mr. Black get this. I don't know how to do it. I've lit up his Instagram. I just downloaded Instagram so I could do it. I just now opened it up so I could send him messages, but they're text and they're long and they ramble, and I don't know what to do. My family needs me. And this is me trying to do it. It was really a last-ditch effort to try to really do something that really makes a difference, because it just seems like all that we ever do is just work, and at the end of the week try to figure out how we're going to get back to work next week just so we can keep everything going, and I'm just so ready to be out of that, and I know John knows what that's like, and so I'm asking you, John, just hear me out and then help me if you can, please. Thank you so much, and thank you for all the stuff that I've seen that you've done in researching you and that you're doing, and I think you're a good man. And I know in my heart that this is a great chance for you to really prove it to everybody. You know, and even though you have nothing to prove, I do. And I just haven't ever had any means to. This here's a game changer for my whole family, man. Don't let me down. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm willing to talk to you about however you want. I know this guy's name that I'm talking about. I know you know everything that was in that box. Half of it's fine with me. I can make that work. Even though that guy is not a winner in my book. Rules is rules. But I deserve my part of it. I found it then. And this time I solved your puzzle and found it. So even if I just get a piece of it, what really hurts my feelings is I kind of thought me and that guy were kind of cool. I thought he was okay kid, you know, and he knows how I'm living, and he knows the struggle my mom's going through and stuff, and he didn't even flinch, man. The last couple times I saw him, he was a little withdrawn and he was a little nervous around me, I could tell, but I had no reason to wonder why. I've never even thought about that day again. We were only there for a few minutes. But I've been working on this thing here for weeks, and really for months in my mind. I've watched every video. I've done plenty of homework. The book's full of stuff. I mean, I've done lots and lots of homework in this book. I mean, it's marked slap up. See, look. See? I go through here and highlight everything and jot everything down. I've got papers of stuff. I've got a whole notebook full of stuff. He did a really good job, you know. I can't even afford the gas to go look for another one. And if you're listening to me, John, you know what I mean. I was out of gas out there today. And then I got so frustrated when all this happened to me. Somehow I dropped my keys and I got all the way back to the car and it was almost dark. And I was like, I didn't know what to do, and I didn't really have a signal up there, and I was almost out of gas because I didn't know that there was that much space in between where I was coming from and where I was going without a gas station right off the road there. And I almost ran out of gas. And I don't even, I won't go into it any more than that, except to say that I'm waiting on you, John. And anybody else that hears this, I'm going to share it as much as I can. I need you to share it with John, because he's the only person that can help me. And I know if I can just communicate with him and get him to hear me out, that he will at least try to, because I can tell from the book and from his family upbringing. And I don't know what else to say. I just... Sorry, hold on. Thanks. Thank you very much. And for the opportunity, John. Mr. Black, I should say. And, you know, I can't make it light, man. It's everything. I hate saying that. It's a little shameful, but I'm counting on you. God bless. I'm looking to hear from you, buddy. Thanks.